Ahmed,
Yes.
speeding ticket on the grounds of ILM.
Yes.
Remind me the details of this amazing story.
So, so I had rented a Mustang. I think it was a Mustang.
Style.
And I was coming from the main house at Lucasfilm, and I was driving. I was late to get to ILM, and I was driving through, that road from the main house to the past the firehouse to the thing, and somebody like caught me driving really fast, and they were just like, "You can't drive that fast," and I was just like, "Don't you know who I am?" And then I get to the thing, where the fire guy is, right? And he was just like, "Yeah, you gotta slow down while you're driving on the ranch." And I was just like, "But I'm late to get to ILM." And then he was like, "All right, just slow down."
And then episode 1 comes out and that fireman's like, Jar Jar.
Damn you and your Mustang.
I think my favorite thing about Light and Magic is getting to see all of these tiny little details that add up to something huge. Like, I don't know if it makes you uncomfortable that I call you legends, but that's
Totally uncomfortable. Yeah, uncomfortable.
I mean, I get that because you're artists, but at the same time, it's like, you are, though.
Yeah.
This is all about how movies have changed and art has changed because of your contributions to it. And, of course, George Lucas is sort of the sun that everyone is orbiting around in a certain kind of way. But, like, what's the deep-cut, small detail George Lucas moment that you remember the most as people that have known him very well over the years?
Oh, okay. I have a favorite George Lucas anecdote. That was while we were in production on Phantom Menace. I asked George about what we were going to be doing for trailers and commercials, because I wanted to know about early deliveries, beyond our finals deadline. And he told me about what the trailer strategy and it made a lot of sense. And I asked him about commercials, and he said, "Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do commercials." I went, "Wow, that's quite a bold
That's a bold
thing."
stance.
And he said, "Yeah, right, first, the Fox people are apoplectic about this, but the thing is, you got to think about what is it you're trying to accomplish." And the reason you run television commercials is to communicate two pieces of information: what the movie is and when it's coming out. And Star Wars is a special property in that people already knows what this is. I don't have to educate them about what is Star Wars. And in terms of when it's coming out, I'm going to get a load of free publicity from the news media about it. Just the film being released is going to be a news event. So I don't know why I have to pay to do that. So I don't know what I would be accomplishing spending all that money. So I'm just not going to do it.
Okay.
And I would say any other filmmaker would have just been bulldozed by the studio, but they couldn't force him into doing it.
Yeah.
And I love that George had this, just go back to first principles about what are you trying to do and what's the best way to do it. And
clarity.
Yeah.
He's got clarity. What about you, Rob? Is there a George Lucas deep cut story?
Sure. Mine is we were several months into the production of Phantom Menace, and I started to really lose my compass reading on whether I could do the job or not. And I wasn't sleeping well. And I was really suffering badly from an imposter syndrome. So I called up George's assistant and asked to have some time to talk to him about it. My problem was I was 19 years old when Return of the Jedi had come out, and we knew of, or we'd heard there were new Star Wars movies at some point. I didn't know I was going to be in the front lines of helping bring that to the screen. And so I was thinking about all the fans, millions of fans around the world, and it was stressing me out. So I went up to George and I explained this to him, and I said, I've got all this weight on my shoulders, and these fans are all waiting. And he said, whoa, what are you talking about? I said, millions of people are waiting for this movie, and I don't know if I'm the guy to do this for you. And he went, you need to worry about one person, and that's me, and I'm happy with your work. And I'm like, you're happy with the work? He's like, yeah, it's really, really good. And he said, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. I drove home, slept like a baby, focused completely on just making his movie for the way that he wanted it, for the performances he wanted, and then I stopped thinking about the fans and just focused on George.
Focus on George, focus on the job, boom, the rest is history. Ahmed, does George know you nearly got that speeding ticket in the grounds?
I think he paid for it.
Yeah, you nearly boomed the gasser.
And I crashed the boss's hay blibber.
Thank you guys for sharing all that. And thank you for everything that you've done for movies.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
I love this show. God, I nerd out so hard on this show. Thank you.